Absolutely. Well said. I know your office has highlighted your work on the veteran caregiver reeducation, reemployment, and retirement bill. For families who may be watching or listening to this, Congressman, and they may be hearing about this for the very first time, what is the purpose of this legislation and who is it designed for?
Well, it's primarily because, people who are doing caregiving are really making the sacrifice. We talked about that. Could be a financial sacrifice, could be a mid-career sort of timeout. Like, to your point, if it ends up being 3 or 4 years, you may miss promotions, you may miss opportunities in the workforce, you may miss time with your family. I mean, it's asking a lot, and people do it. The alternative would be, by the way, care that isn't personalized. It's not a family member, so yeah, I'm sure there's great care, but still, you'd rather be, and I'm sure our veterans would rather be with family, number one. And along with that is this cost savings, potentially. You're providing the care instead of being in far more costly venues. So, it helps everyone all the way around. When we were getting to think about it and talking to veterans back in Rochester and others, you sort of see the impact that has. There may come a time when your service is no longer needed. Sadly, the person you're caring for could pass. Maybe they get better and they don't need to have your service. Well, how do we then make sure that what you did in your sacrifice is mitigated, and how do we help accelerate your return to the workforce? How do we make sure that you get job training? How do we make sure that you get closer to being back on the path of your career than you would have been had you not decided to make the sacrifice to care for someone? So that really was sort of the impetus. It covers professional licensing and certification costs, access to health care during the transition period, directs the VA to study long-term retirement and options for caregivers. So there's a whole host of things, but it's primarily, again, to say you've made a sacrifice, the veteran has made a sacrifice and has a service-related injury. You're helping to be in this line of care, which is so critical. How do we then help you? What can we do to make sure that it's not as difficult for you to transition back to more, I hate to use the word normal because that's not what I mean, but to go back to the trajectory of your life before it sort of took this unexpected path?